It's June 25th, and I think it's time to harvest the garlic. Most of the leaves are browning or brown enough, and my scapes are standing up, which is actually a sign that it's time to harvest garlic. I'm going to let them go to seed because I discovered a new way to vastly multiply your garlic supply, though it takes 2 years at least to do that. But we're going to try that, but that's for another video. So I'm going to see how we're doing here. There we go. I mean, that's a decent sized bulb for the harvest. That's another good sized one. These were all grown from garlic that I saved over winter. They were from my harvest last year. So I think they're becoming more acclimated to the environment here. Also, I planted them a little bit further apart than I did in years past. So, yeah, I'm actually liking these. They're all decent size. That one's a little bit smaller, but still decent. Like some of these probably could have went a little bit longer. Like the tops of this aren't quite as dead, but I want to get the bed ready to be planting kidney beans in here. That's a small one. Another decent size. It's like you were able to, I guess, kind of tell how these were going to come out just by the thickness of the stalks. I mean, if you look at this stalk compared to this stalk, you can see why the bulbs are very different. I'm just gonna lay them out on the ground, make things a little bit quicker. These are all good size. Oh, that's a nice, really nice size one. Actually, probably no different than the one next to it. Oh, and having said that I was going to pull it, let the thing go to seed, I actually pulled it out of the ground. Okay. I still got another one over here. Maybe I'll remember that one's in the ground. Not the sharpest tool in the shed. Wow. That's a good size one there. It's a really big one. And I'm going to continue harvesting the rest and I'll be back. So we ended up with 34 bulbs, and I guess I got 4 others, so 38 bulbs. And there is one more underneath here, plus the one that was eaten. So 40 bulbs altogether, and they look like a decent size. And I'm gonna have to say this is my best harvest ever. I mean, these are some really nice garlic bulbs. Even the small ones are, will be decent. these are all looking good. So I think perhaps the greater spacing helped. Plus, as I said, they're getting acclimated to this environment here. I guess this is the third year now I've planted them after buying them from Edible Acres, the original bulbs, and I'm happy. I did learn since that you should, when they first start growing in the springtime, in the very early spring, late winter, when they first start putting growth on, you should fertilize them. Give them a high nitrogen fertilizer, and then I think like 4 weeks later, give them another one, and then that's it. But even without any fertilizer, I think we did really well this year. Be able to select a lot of cloves from here to use next year, and still have a lot to mince and use in the kitchen. Like I said, I'm looking forward to this thing finally open up. I was looking forward to 2 of them opening up, but that's not going to happen now. And as I said, there's a way to really expand your garlic harvest. But once these open up, I'll explain that in greater detail from what I've learned. So I think each year, though, assuming this works, I'll end up allowing 1 or 2 of these to allow the scape to go to seed. Essentially, that's what it is. You're letting it go to seed. But it's not necessarily the seeds that you're getting. That's what you ultimately want, but it's not what we're initially looking for. But again, we'll explain that in the future. Just a quick update on the watermelon that I showed you I planted last week. Well, here it is. It's a couple of weeks later, but the watermelon is really going nuts here. Doing really well, and they should be ready for planting out in a day or 2. But yeah, I wanted to show you that all of them sprouted, even the ones that I thought maybe I had damaged the root system on. Apparently I didn't, so it was a success. So that was a pretty decent harvest. I really liked it. I was surprised at the size of most of those bulbs. I was really surprised at the size of the bulbs. In past years, they haven't been as large as the largest bulbs I got this year, and they were probably more to the medium size in the past. I did think I had more than 40 bulbs in the ground, but apparently not. So next year I'm going to try to increase the size of my plantings so I get more garlic. The garlic that I harvested last year lasted us almost 9 months, I think it was. So it was a little bit smaller harvest, I think, than what I had this time around, by only a few plants. This one should get us well into next year, and then I can start expanding my crop so that I can get a full year's worth of garlic out of it. As I've mentioned in the past, I tend to mince my garlic, store it in oil in a jar, and keep it in the refrigerator, and that works really well. We don't use too much fresh garlic. Occasionally, but not too much fresh garlic in the kitchen. So just using the minced garlic is fine. What I did, but didn't show, was I grouped them in bundles of about 9 or 10 bulbs, and I tied them together and I hung them up in my garage to dry out. As I said in my last video, I'm worried about leaving my vegetables to dry in my greenhouse right now because of the mouse problem. Although I've been looking at the the runs, they're right around my redneck root cellar. They look pretty dried up, so it doesn't look like they're getting used, but that could be because there's no food in here for them to try and steal from me. I do have a plan for getting rid of them so that I can use the greenhouse as a drying area for them. Last year I did lay them out on the drying rack without issue, but in the greenhouse it is open. It's, you know, got the clear plastic cover on it, and they dried fine, no issues. But I was hearing that you shouldn't actually have them in the sunlight. Should be dark or indirect light at best. So what I did was I took those bunches of garlic heads, I hung them on my garage door, so they'll be drying in there. But overall, very pleased with my garlic harvest this year. As I said, bigger bulbs than I've had in the past. I think the greater spacing and the acclimation to my local climate here is helping them out. Next year, I will do that double fertilizing, fertilize them once when they start showing growth, and then once again 4 weeks later. So if you want to see what we were doing in the garden last week, check out this video right here, and then subscribe and hit that notification bell, and then I'll be able to watch the progress on all of our vegetables as we try to grow a supermarket in our own backyard. Okay, thanks for watching. Let's grow something awesome.